It's a fine spring morning, and Jim has decided to lead Libby and Belle around together. See how it goes. So this is the garage entrance to our house. It's not very beautiful, but here's this little room we have. It usually has the shelf right over here that I took out, and we put some junk under the stairs. And this is an entrance we have to a little upstairs sort of apartment that like Levi or anybody can stay in when they come. And here's the window Skippy likes to look out if he's inside, see what's going on. But this also has a door in it that leads to the rest of our house. So it's this strange little area. It used to be a woodshed years ago, and then we did this to it, but it's time for another update. My plan is to put the a bunch of shelves here, as many as I can, and probably still house our canned goods in here. I also want to put some places, hooks for people to hang up coats and etc. over here. It needs a paint job. It needs a new floor because we have a hole in the yucky linoleum. And I think we're gonna have a little bit of hardwood flooring in here. So that'll be kind of exciting. So I thought I'd show you the before, and I should have showed you before I took all the stuff out, but I forgot. But anyways, I thought that I would just give you a little glimpse of something that we're doing other than the working horses right now when we can't be outside as much as we'd like. I've got big plans for being out in my flower gardens and getting them renovated before planting the other garden, but it's too wet, it's too cold. I'm doing this right now. I don't do much in my house in the summer, so I'd better do it now.
Just like clockwork.
Just like clockwork. Jim's working on putting down a floor in here. He said it's mostly cherry. Hi everyone. I thought I'd give you a little greenhouse update, show you what's going on in here right now. Here's the Rubbermaid container from the other side we showed you in the last video, and our chicks are in here and they sure are growing. Aren't you guys? This morning they were all up here on this ridge when I opened the door. So they're pretty much outgrowing this container, and we're going to get them into the next area pretty soon. The light in here was on last night, and the heat from the radiator was on because it was 20 degrees. But the sun has come out. It's almost noon, but as you can see, the temp is warming right up in here. I'm probably most likely going to have to open up some windows, but I'll tell you, it feels really nice in here. Thought I'd show you just a little bit of what's happening. My petunias are doing great in here. They're growing very well. Got a few things up in the box, and more to come, but we've got a few onions I just threw in there. They were left over from last year, and I planted most of them outside, but a few of them are in here. There's a few radishes coming up, carrots, and cucumbers. I'm planning on trellising up the cucumbers and see how they do in this box. It has dirt in it. On this other side, I have my area where I do potting, and I'm going to do a little bit of that this morning. Yesterday, I did transplant my cabbages. They were starting to get quite big, so I did transplant them. I don't have small boxes, so all of a sudden real estate is going to be a big issue in here when I start dividing these up. I think today probably I might work on my tomatoes because they have 2 leaves, and the peppers will soon need to be divided up. Here's my celery. That looks a little dry, but celery always comes up really good for me. I've got one green bean in here. It's coming up a little weird, but I can see there's another one in there that's also coming. And some forget-me-nots. I have some salvia too. Salvia, those are, of course, my flowers. The pansies are not doing well in here. I'm not sure why, but I think it might be too hot in here sometimes. And also, and here's my cayenne peppers, and also my ginger has not yet come up. I am starting to lose hope on that, but I'm just going to wait and see. But I was excited to see that there's a little teeny sprout on my sweet potato. That was so exciting to see yesterday. So we'll let those grow and then plant those. So not a lot going on in here, but that is what I'm enjoying taking care of right now. I'll be planting some more seeds probably soon. I also have things out in the, well, I could just show you. Out in the raised beds out here, the hot houses, whatever you want to call them, cold frames. Spinach is starting to come up more. I've got weeds coming up, but there's also some lettuce in here. And the soil is about 70 in here. I have to keep watering it out here because it doesn't get the water from the sky. So I have to water it. But over here, I've got an assortment of things. There's some onions coming up, and I put a couple of the pansies out here to see if they do better. Unfortunately, I have some lilies that are coming up that are not supposed to be in here. They'll have to be transplanted. Anyways, there's also in here carrots. So just, just a few things. And the ground this morning is completely frozen. You probably heard Jim in the background. He is working on our mudroom floor. He had hoped to go down maybe, and since the ground was frozen, and do some work down at the log job. But we got a little bit of snow and it just made the top of the soil all, you know, mealy, mushy. So anyways, I'm just gonna spend some time in here doing this and stay out of his way, because what I've learned is if he has time to do something in the house, I let him do it. I get out of the way, let him do it while he can. And it just works better that way. And then I'm going to paint in the mudroom later today. So I've got the soil ready to plant. It is pretty rough soil. I have a lot of old corn silage in here mixed in just to lighten up the soil a little bit. It is very old and sort of decayed, so I don't think it's going to be too acidic. I use it a lot. But anyhow, I did not buy soil to replant in. I'm just using what I have, and I just poked a hole in the middle of all these. These are German pink heirloom tomatoes that I am going to plant here. And basically I just make sure they have their roots, and I just tuck them right in. I'll give them a little water afterwards. I've got more than I need. I know I do. They've already got long roots. My trouble is I always have more than I need. I was thinking back to what I said about Jim and working and doing stuff in the house, and he's working in the mudroom right now. And I was thinking, I hope I didn't make him say anything in a bad light about him. What I meant is he's so busy that with other stuff, that when he has that little window of time to work in the house and to do things, I just want to make sure that he can get in there and do it whenever it works out for him. He really has to work around the weather so much. And I've grown accustomed to that over the years. That's just the way it is, you know? Doesn't matter what the season is. It's always working around the weather. Oh, guys, look. Little bugger. I was wondering if he was going to do it during the day. This is going to be a problem in here. But isn't that the cutest thing ever? I'm just going to let him sit there for a minute. They're easy enough to get back in, as long as the door's closed and Skip isn't in here. What are you doing, bud? I actually, it's just fun to have him in here. I'm enjoying it. And sometimes I turn the music on, and I think they like the music. And we just have a good time. But it's going to be short-lived. They're going to have to leave. We can't have them coming out all the time. And I am going to have too many plants, and I don't know what to do with the rest of them. I never know what to do. And then I plant them, and then I have too many, and I don't know. What do you guys do with your extra seeds that come up? I'm probably going to put a bunch in a pot, and just in case I find somebody needs them or whatever. I could sell them, but it's not as easy as it seems to sell just a few plants. I tried that one year. Anyways, I got to mark these, and that'll be that. And let's see what this little one wants to do here. Hey, you little hot shot, you got to get back in there. Well, these girls sure are beginning to look like they're working together as a team, and that sure is good to see. There'll be many more training videos to come. We hope you enjoyed this one. Take care and have a great day. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And we'll see you next time. Well, that was quite uneventful, and I call that great.